Thank you very much. I also would want to ride on the protocols that has been observed in this meeting, but I want to specifically thank the NCIC and the fraternity of Mzalendo, Kenya Daima, and all the people that have taken time to organize for this forum. I know for sure this work that has been put into the process. That's why we are all seated together. I want to also recognize the presence of all political parties because it's for this purpose that this occasion has been organized. And I want to say that, as has been said, that we have in this country 89 registered political parties, one of them being a coalition political party, which is also participating in these elections. Out of the 89, 86 had confirmed attendance to this meeting. It is also important to note that only 81 political parties are fielding candidates. All participants have been cleared to participate in this general election. The others were not able to either make it because they were not able to comply with certain requirements that were set by IBC and also set by ourselves as the Office of Registrar of Political Parties. Therefore, they were not able to forward the requisite requirements in time. I want to say that the Office of Registrar of Political Parties have been very involved in preparing political parties for participation in this election. We started by implementing the law. The law, as we all know, we had the review of the Political Parties Act 2022 amendment that came with quite a number of requirements on the part of political parties, and we embarked on supporting political parties to be able to fulfill the requirements of the law. We engaged in the training of almost all party organs, and I want to confirm that we have seen better political parties nomination this time around. We have seen parties going out of their way to do what the law requires. Previously, the law requires that indicated it was not clear on the different methods a party can use for purposes of party nomination. It looked like the only way was universal suffrage, and it had its own challenges because it looked like the only way. But the law, as amended, brought on board different methods, which included negotiation, interviews, delegate system, consensus, among others. And it's through these methods that we have seen a lot of consensus happening at particular areas which we could have expected to have challenges, and political parties have come on board to embrace the new law, and with our support we have seen them bring disputes down because disputes have been addressed at the political party level. And that has contributed to a peaceful process as we continue. We have also seen political parties having very strong internal dispute resolution mechanisms. And I want to say that we are impressed by some of the rulings that came from the dispute resolution committees that sat to really look at the issues that the parties, the candidates were dissatisfied about. When they came back to the parties, majority of the issues were resolved at the party level. And that reduced the number of disputes that went to the higher level of PPDT and into the courts, actually by more than a half. We were trying to compare that last election, the disputes that were filed at different levels were over 700 cases. This time we are seeing about 200 disputes filed at different areas. That means that the political party organs were working in terms of dispute resolution. And the change of law, because of consensus building and all, then has contributed to a peaceful process. We also are very careful about the processes of compliance that the political parties had to comply with so that they prepare to go to elections. And part of it is their party membership registers, which we took keen interest in, and parties themselves took keen interest. We did a lot of cleaning up of their register with the help of the political parties, and we certified the registers to take them to the Electoral Commission for purposes of registration of candidates and also supervision of party nominations. And we saw a lot of change as parties also were committed to do the right thing. And with the challenges that came, we were able to work together. What we stand for as an institution is to try and bring parties together in form of dialogue, and that political parties have a contribution to make as far as dialogue building is concerned. And this country, because we are a multi-party democracy, we are very careful to ensure that every political party that is registered then should participate in the dialogue. And it's through that we have the Political Parties Liaison Committee, which is a dialogue platform that brings together the IEBC, the Register of Political Parties, and the political parties. During this period, since the beginning of the year, we have held more than 6 dialogue forums, meetings, which we come together to discuss the issues that probably the parties want to ask Register of Political Parties and also want to ask IBC. And IBC have really been clarifying the issues to the political parties for purposes of preparing. And probably that's why you have seen there's a bit of political parties reveling the ground and wanting to do the right thing. And I want to really congratulate all political parties for going the extra mile, to want to engage with each other and to talk to each other, because that a country and a people that talk to each other are able to reach some level of consensus. The other thing, because I don't want to take a lot of time, as we sign this political decency and accountability charter, we are very careful to note that the charter resonates with the political parties' code of conduct and requirement to the constitution, which is contained in the first and second schedule of the Political Parties Act, requirement of constitutions of political parties. They stipulated, therefore, among other things, seek to regulate the behavior of political parties, aspirants, candidates, and their supporters to promote good governance and eradicate political malpractices. The code, which is in line with the charter, also calls for candidates and political parties to hoist in the competition, to engage in legal-bound manner, to promote tolerance, to respect human rights and fundamental freedoms spelled out in our Constitution, promote consensus in conflict, uphold human dignity, equity, and social justice, promote inclusiveness, and shun discrimination. I want to note that the highest level of political maturity is tolerance. Tolerance to ideas that are coming from different areas. Even if you have your say, you also allow others to have their say, provided the say is within the law. The signing of the Peace Charter today is a win-win for the country and the candidates and political parties. It is a signpost to our collective commitment to promote and advocate for peace in our respective roles. The Charter enhances building trust and confidence to the supporters of political parties, the candidates of political parties, and the political parties themselves, being a demonstration of leading from the top in advocating for peace and cohesion that citizens of all walks of life so need in our during this period in elections. It should be more than a document to guide us instead of just a tool. it should be our commitment and honor to continue trusting in our country and to continue knowing that we have different opinions, but we are one country. And during this period, the political parties themselves engaged in a peace caravan all across the country through the political parties' liaison committee platform. In their clarion call, they told the country that we may have different opinion, but we are one nation. They also said that uchaguzi sio uadui. And I remember the chairman of NCIC coming to launch the caravan that went across, and the vice chair of IBC launching the one that was in Mombasa. I want to say that as an institution, we continue to support the process of peace, and any opportunity that we get, we promote peace. We have done many things. In the last 2 weeks, the ORPP has held more than 126 peace conferences across the Republic, targeting different players, including women, youth, persons with disability, the border people, the tuk-tuk people, the youth, and everybody we thought is important. And the peace conferences, we were insisting that we are one nation in spite of our different opinion. In conclusion, I want to note that let's allow everybody to give ideas and to thrive. Let's protect the marginalized. The women to be allowed to do their campaigns, the youth to be allowed to do their campaigns, and the person with disability to have their space. In conclusion, we do not lack avenues for promoting peace. We need to commit and optimize our collaboration in messaging of peace campaign through the media engagement, social media messages, and public-private discourse within our disposal. Even when we are talking in private, let us talk peace, because peace is what will hold us together. And peace and political decency is demonstrated through our words, our actions, our attitudes, and our presence where peace conversations are being made. Thank you very much.